All right, 28 and 29, we're writing transformed equations based on the transformations they give us. Okay, so they give us the parent function right here, f of x equals 2 raised to the x, and they want us to apply all those transformations. So if I've got 2 raised to the x, first thing they tell us is reflect over the x-axis. What can I write in my equation that would show that?
Minus
The negative sign where?
behind.
In front of the 2. Next, oh, well, I need some space up here. Next is going to be vertically stretched by 4. How can I show that? Right, remember that's going to be like the number in the front. All right. Shifted left 5 units. How can I show shifted left 5 units?
X was
Where? Up where the x is, right. Good. And then, lastly, up 6 units. How do I show that? Where?
outside.
Right, like this. And that is going to be it. But make sure you, since it says write g of x, just write g of x equals in the front. But that's going to be your transformation function. All right, the next one they show you is f of x equals square root of x. So we're starting with the square root of x, and we're going to apply some transformations here. So g of x is going to be the transformed. First, they say horizontally shrunk by 1/2. How do I show horizontally shrunk by 1/2? Where?
In front of the x.
Okay, yeah, 2 in front of the x under the square root, right. Good. And then it says reflected over the y-axis. How am I going to show that? Negative in front of the 2 under the square root, right. If the negative sign was outside of the square root, it would be reflect over the x-axis, yeah. And lastly, shifted down 2 units. How am I going to show that?
-2 outside.
Teachers and students, pardon the interruption.
All right, so like you said, yeah, you put -2 outside the square root symbol. That's very important. The shifted down 2 is outside the square root symbol. So don't confuse it for like being on the inside. That's different, all right? So right there, you see how I'm very specifically writing it after the symbol. And so that is going to be all the transformations. So this is the answer. G of x is square root of -2x minus 2.